Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Monday the 21st of February. We've got new mods. We do have an update today. The ACS Weight Pack by KRKZModding has had an update. I want to also say there's the Knoche CWF300 by VertexDezign, which is a front roller, like packer roller. It's showing in the Mod Hub website on the Farming Simulator website, but it wasn't in my Mod Hub to download. It may be in yours, it may be in mine now, but it wasn't when I was setting all this up, so I haven't got that to show. I'm sure someone will comment and say I forgot to do it. I haven't forgotten it wasn't in there. I'm going to start off with the Forestry Bridge Pack by OlaHaldor. 1.67 megabytes download. There are 3 in this pack, a 5 meter, a 10 meter and a 20 meter. 3 slots each. I like these. My dad used to refer to things as agricultural. Obviously the game is agricultural. If something was a bit more basic, a bit more rough and ready, it was agricultural. This is what I'm thinking of with these. They obviously forestry bridges. Temporary, chopped down from the surroundings and put in. They look really good as well, really detailed. It does say on the instructions for these, the bridge will adapt to the underlying terrain when placed. It doesn't have to be water underneath, it could be a gap in terrain, it could be a dip, a ditch, whatever. But it does say, tip, level the ground on both sides to make the bridge level. I'm going to show you something in a second which will explain that a little bit better. Now, if we go into our build mode, and then we go along to decoration, to others, I'll come back to there. Each one is 1,000. 5 meter, 10 meter or 20 meter. I've got one of each placed, and this one, actually I placed this one first. I made the gap and placed it, and when I put it down from the build mode it was sitting level, but as you can see there's a bit of a bump there and it didn't like it. When I placed it, it did that. So the advice, as it says in the thing, is to make sure both sides you're going to put it a flat and level. Obviously that it will span the gap, that's probably the next thing you need to make sure it does. Or, with this one, I placed it, then landscaped, and that worked absolutely perfectly. What I do like is you've got this nice little ridge of logs. For some vehicles and implements that may be a little bit trickier, but for forestry equipment and stuff, which I think is kind of what it's designed for, to be out in the forest, it seems to work very well. The 10 meter looks like that. And the 20 metre, to widen the gap, has got supports underneath as well. It looks really good and works really well. Very natural looking. The detail of the sort of texture and everything, really nice. Like those a lot. The Forestry Bridge Pack by OlaHaldor. Crossing one of those bridges, we come to the log cabin, in brackets, Farmhouse. This by GTX, 10.24 megabytes download, 6 slots on console. You'll find it under build mode. You'll find it under buildings and farmhouses. It is, if I go along to there, it's the one that costs 18,000. Often, because there's so many now, all various different packs and things, I have to kind of look on the Mod Hub website and then try and match up the picture, and then also read the description and see what the price is to make sure I've got the correct one. But it's that one there for 18,000. The slot count will come down from 6 to 1. Obviously, unless you play multiplayer, you can only place 1. Anyway, again, nicely detailed building. What I like about this one, you've got the door in and out. Love the sort of rusted door handle as well. We have got a little fire in here to keep nice and warm. All the comforts of home. I don't think this has got lights though. No. The sleep trigger is just kind of in here when you get in here. Obviously, as you can see, there's your sleep trigger. There's not... That's a good point. There's not a wardrobe. I don't think there's a wardrobe trigger on this one. I never thought to check that, and as I'm doing this, I suddenly thought, hold your horses. Yeah, the interactive zone markers are on, so yeah, I don't think there's a wardrobe one. But there you go. Very nice. The log cabin, Farmhouse by GTX. Let's close the door, otherwise we'll let all the heat out. Moving on, we've got the barn set. This is by VertexDezign. It is, where are we? 8.51 megabytes download. 5 slots and 4 slots for the 2 buildings. We've got the closed-in barn, 3 large doors. No problem with getting big vehicles and stuff in and out of here. Nice sound effects. There's no lighting inside on these ones. It's all just beam construction inside. Each one will open like that. But we do have as well around this side at the back corner another door that opens from here for access, and then in this corner here this small door does open as well. And then we've got this one which is more open plan. Again, 4 bays. I like this. It's something sort of visually different, isn't it? It could have just had a flat front across there, but we've got a slightly enlarged roof line on this side. Again, no lighting underneath. Nice high opening. You should get fairly nice sized vehicles in there, or whatever you want to put in there, whatever you want to store in there. Is entirely up to you. With the build mode situation now, if we come into the build mode and you go to place some, I'm trying to think what I could place in there. Something like, we can try that. Electric charging station. Obviously, if it says it's overlapping, it won't let you. But a lot of these things now, you can place inside buildings and stuff, shelving and things like that. Does make them a lot more versatile. I like those. That's the barn set. Oh, hang on. You find them under buildings and sheds. Probably help if I showed them, wouldn't it? Where are we? There we go. Lizard. So the one with the doors, this one here, that one is 99,000. Slot count will come down from 5 to 1. And then this one next door, that one there, the medium shed, is 66,500. Obviously, depending on how level your ground is, you might get charged a little bit more, depending on whether it needs to do any levelling or not. Slot count will come down from 4 to 1 for that one. Very nice. That's the barn set by VertexDezign. Moving on, we have got the lizard cross, although it is saying bear. When you get into it, it says lizard bear. You see that at the bottom? But it does say lizard cross in the mod tab. Obviously, I've just realised I've done that MrSealyp green. It kind of blends in with the greenery around it. We've had this versions of this in FS19 as well. It's been tweaked a little bit as well. It's got some nice suspension on this one too. It hasn't got as many tyre options, I don't think, as the previous version. This is by SleutjesModding. It's 6.22 megabytes download, 4 slots on console. I left it over here because of the bridge bits. It's a nice way to show the suspension off. This you'll find under vehicles, under cars. There we go, on the end, 8,500. 83 horsepower, run at 60 miles per hour is the top speed. It was a run at that, but that is the top speed. We can have original, open, like that, with just the framework. Rear fenders, front fenders, with hood and all 4 fenders. The more enclosed frame, cage, rear fender, front fender, or the whole shebang. There's no lights. I'm just trying to think. I think the previous version, at least the updated one, had lights on it as well, but this one hasn't. We can change the main colour to anything on this palette here. Design colour does the seat. Should have done something that stood out a bit more. There we go. And then rim colour, anything on that palette there. There's no metallics for this one. Those are your options. Let's hop in, start it up. These are just a bit of fun. It hasn't got a rear trailer hitch or anything like that. But what I was going to say is the suspension on it. That's been, I'm sure that's been tweaked. There seems to be a lot more suspension movement. I like it. It's very cool. Like I say, just something a bit fun. For blatting around the map or setting up some off-road tracks or having a muck around with your mates, whatever you want to do. It's all up to you. The Lizard Cross by SleutjesModding. Moving on from there, we come to what's next. I do like it when you put the brakes on at speed as well. It does slide in the grass, which is rather cool. Interior, or interior, first person. So interior, kind of looks like that. There's no horn either. I I noticed. Anyway, next up we've got these. This is the Sicma RM series. 5.6 megabytes download. These by Pepe978. We've got the RM185, which is this one here. 2 slots each. Or the RM235. 1.8 metre, 2.3 metre. Now these are under the power harrow sections. So I thought we'll give you that kind of cultivated look like the power harrows do. But it seems to be giving me a ploughed state. If we go to our tools and go to where are we? Power harrows, they're all here, and the Sicmas are on the end. For the size, I'm just trying to think. 3 metre for 18, 3 metre for 16. Yeah, not bad price, are they, when you think about that? Not bad at all. So slot counts were 2 anyway, so we'll come down to 1. 40 horsepower for the small one needed, 70 horsepower for the other one needed. Both will run at 9 miles per hour. There are no options in either one of them. I know the picture doesn't show it with the PTO, but when you do that, it has got one. So what we'll do, because I did wonder whether it would act as a mulcher, because on the website it says millings machines fixed medium heavy. I'm sure, but it's definitely under power harrows, as you've seen. Very nicely detailed. I like that gradual build up in speed of the rotor and the sound accompanying it. So as you can see, you're getting a ploughed look and state with that. I'm sure I had field stones turned on. I had to reset my map because it wouldn't let me go on it for some reason after a while. It might have been the amount of times I've changed it and saved it and done stuff to it. And we turn it off. Again, that nice power down sound. The rotor takes a little while. It's not that instantaneous bump, turns off. So there you go. That's the Sicma RM series by Pepe978. Next we have got this. This is the Iseria. The Iseria 6000 S3M, 3 metre, 6.31 megabytes downloads by Driver 300 and VEMYNAL, or VEMYNAL. It's a seeder. It only seeds, doesn't seed and fertilise. It's not a direct drill either, so you will need to have done some kind of cultivation, ploughing on the ground before you can use it. Another nicely detailed mod. Actually, I'm going to change something. I put that on. Let's hook up to it. So when I brought it out, I didn't have that open. So yes, our ridge markers do work. Ridge markers, right or left. If you want to have your ridge markers on, open the cover for filling up. 700 litre, as you can see. Turn it on. Didn't really make a sound of any description, really. It is seeding. You can just about see the lines at the right angle as it's going. You can see bottom right, the seed is going down. This you'll find under seeders, out there on the end, 7 grand, 35 horsepower required, runs at 9 miles per hour, does your regular crops, your wheat, your barley, oats, canola, soybean, sorghum, oilseed, radish, cover crop and grass. Options available, there are none on this one either. It comes just like that. Which brings me on to, this is so much easier than the last few days, last week. I'm sure giants are going to ramp up a little bit, but anyway, the last of them was for today, and this is a lovely one. This, I like this as well. This is the Valmet 6400 by Greenlandfarming. It is 15.41 megabytes download, 13 slots on console. This is the smaller version of the standard in-game one. As you can see, it's a little bit kind of more squat, stockier looking thing. Axles much closer together. Nice tidy mod this. You'll find it under small tractors. There we go, 80 grand for the base model. Slot count will come down from 13 to 1. That's what it looks like. We got option of Trelleborg, VertexDezign, Continental, BKT, Michelin, Mitas or Nokians. Under Trelleborg, we've got standard. It says narrows, it widens the track. The tyres stay the same size. It's saying narrows, I'm assuming it's not going to damage crops. Standard 2, back to standard. Under VertexDezign, standard, standard 2, standard 3, standard. Under Continental, standard, narrows, standard, standard. BKT's just come like that. The Michelin just come like that. Mitas, standard, standard 2, back to standard. And the Nokians just have that tyre option, the communal, back to Trelleborg. Just looking at my screen. It's something in the background, isn't it? Yeah, it looked like the, oh yeah, this pipe. I thought it was a scratch on my screen. I thought I was going mad then. We've got the option of a front loader, quick, power or no. Engine size 100 horsepower or 120 horsepower. Adds 4 grand on, not a huge amount for a 20 horsepower increase. Main colour, anything on that palette. We have got a couple of the sort of VertexDezign, Valmet colours. Do like that lime. It's almost MrSealyp green, isn't it? And then rim colour, we've got silver, white or black, and then there's a number plate, license plate option. Should you choose it, hop in, start it up. Lights. I do like these corner lights. They're not adjustable, but they do give nice light across the front all round. Horn, there's no beacons on this, indicators, no doors or windows open or anything like that. I really like the look of it. Oh, we've got a flickering mirror, hang on. Better. The old pick-a-bag trick. Nice mod that. Nice one to end today. Now, before I finish, there is a new map out today as well, Chainsaw Valley. It's a cross between, well, it's mostly logging, but there are some fields on it as well. It's by FSGModding and FSGDezign. I will be doing a map tour on that, maybe out later on this evening, maybe first thing tomorrow morning. We'll see how we go on that. But yeah, new map out called Chainsaw Valley. And that's it for the mods for today. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. If you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.